Subscribe GA. Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Shocking baby bomb drops. Jordan pregnant after one-night stand with Zeke. According to General Hospital, Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, and Zeke Robinson, Gavin Houston, may pay for their decision to have an extramarital affair in more ways than one. There is obviously a problem here because Zeke is unaware of Jordan and Portia Robinson's intimate relationship. Brooke Kerr, Jordan's ex, who she acknowledged kissing during her initial encounter with Zeke, is now married to Portia. Zeke will soon understand Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, was making love to his former girlfriend behind Portia's back after all the pieces of the GH puzzle come together. There is definitely a spark between Zeke and Jordan, but she made it clear that she would want no obligations at this time. Since Jordan heard that Zeke was Portia's brother, that would make her less interested in the hot sequel he offered. All of this could end in Jordan and Zeke trying to move past their one-night stand. But what if something else happens? Jordan admitted to being in limbo for 2 years, so it appears that she hasn't had any substantive sexual activity in the bedroom for a while. Jordan hasn't exactly been the busiest bed hopper in Port Charles, so there's no guarantee that she's been using birth control on a regular basis. Since they were so eager to disrobe and charge at each other, it doesn't appear that Jordan and Zeke relied on any more means of defense either. Even if a contraceptive method was employed, it wouldn't matter much for a soap opera. It's common for women in daytime dramas to become pregnant at the worst possible circumstances. Thus, Jordan might give birth to Zeke's unborn child. TJ Ashford, Taj Bello, who is yearning to have a child with Molly Lansing Davis, temporarily portrayed by Holiday Nia Kriegel, would be hurt by the news. Can you imagine Jordan having to explain that Molly is having fertility problems when she is dealing with an unwanted pregnancy? All parties involved would find that talk to be quite uncomfortable. In addition, Curtis is reflecting on the years he has lost out on since only recently learning that Trenna Robinson, Tabiana Ali, is his daughter. Curtis could wish Jordan and him were expecting the child instead of Zeke, since that way they could share in all the early milestones. Do you believe that Jordan might become pregnant now that she has slept with Zeke? Will Jordan be required to notify Zeke and the others on the baby? Keep an eye out for some surprises and changes in PC, according to General Hospital spoilers. Jordan turns to Zeke for comfort, but Curtis warns him. According to a General Hospital report, Zeke Robinson's, Gavin Houston, first night in the city ended up being much busier than he had imagined. He had no idea that his one-night fling with Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, would spark the kind of turmoil that might append the entire family when he managed to get himself into it. Zeke will soon learn that Jordan is the ex-wife of Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, and that their complicated history still heavily influences their present. The tension between Jordan and Zeke and Curtis is certain to escalate as their one-night stand turns into something more, causing a significant upheaval at home for Curtis and Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr. When they learn what Zeke has been up to, and Curtis makes it plain that he is against him dating his ex, the true trouble will begin to simmer. Hospital in General Jordan, as takes to Zeke Jordan begins to piece together her background. Secrets could potentially come to light. She is in a risky scenario, but there is a potential that she will succeed. Zeke might be more ready to keep her secret hidden if she plays on his sense of accomplishment and makes him feel like he's assisted her in getting past her complicated feelings regarding Curtis. Jordan will still have to deal with looming issues even with Zeke on her side. If Curtis can't handle the idea of Jordan going on, his jealousy might become a significant hurdle. She might feel obligated to take into account Curtis' feelings, but rumor has it Zeke will help her forget about that. Portia wonders, is teased by GH if someone else is there. General Hospital spoilers demonstrate that Portia has actually been patient. How much, though, is too much to demand of a woman? Portia will require more from Curtis than simply being present in their home. Just being there is not sufficient. When will he be ready to get married to Portia and consider having additional children together? She anticipated his return home so they could work on strengthening their nascent marriage. Curtis won't be paying any attention to his own love life since he will be too preoccupied with his ex-wives. It's possible that Curtis is unaware of the toll his interest in Jordan is having on his wife. Naturally, Portia may not be aware that Jordan is occupying Curtis' every thought, but that won't stop her from inquiring. Hospital in general warning to Curtis' brother-in-law. Zeke promised Portia he would always be on her side when he first arrived in town. But since he spends all of his time with Jordan, it will be difficult for him to demonstrate that. This might be manipulated by Curtis, who might advise Zeke to stop talking to Jordan and concentrate on his family. Portia is the main focus, right? Zeke might not see it that way, but without evidence of any crime, he won't be able to turn to his sister with his concerns, and ratting Curtis out would get Jordan in just as much trouble. It appears that Curtis and Zeke will have to have some awkward chats. Zeke may learn secrets about Portia's marriage while he is in Port Charles. Lincoln General Hospital, although Zeke Robinson, Gavin Houston, is visiting Port Charles for business purposes, he might end up staying. He's thankful he didn't make those dinner reservations with his sister, Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and instead ended up at the Metro Court pub with Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, which was the last thing he expected to happen on his first night in town. Before letting the flirtation take over and allowing herself to fall in love with Zeke, Jordan revealed a few little details with him while nursing her shattered heart. One night is nothing, right? While the chemistry between Zeke and Jordan may prove to be long-lasting, Zeke is nonetheless about to learn something that may cause him to want to avoid the police commissioner going ahead. Hospital in general, simply a kiss. Zeke may have thought Jordan was playing hardball when she resisted his attempts to flirt with her. But in actuality, she was resisting any efforts to lighten the mood or loosen her up. When this man walks into the bar and thinks he can make Jordan fall in love with him, she is already grieving the loss of her husband all over again. Okay, sure. And he did exactly that, but not before Jordan admitted that she had kissed her ex-husband and was enjoying her emotions after knowing he had returned home to his new wife. Imagine that Zeke Robinson learns who he slept with. Before he understood who Jordan was, Zeke was glad to divert her attention from her sad tale. Everything will change when he does. Some followers have already expressed their desire for this hookup to progress to anything more. But how is that possible? Zeke recently assured Portia that he would stand by her side at all times. How can he possibly hide from Portia that he knows who Jordan is and that Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, is the ex-husband she was referring to? Hospital in general, will he be honest with her sister? When he left for Port Chuck, Zeke didn't realize how much more work he would have, even if he may be searching for a way to escape. He is here on business and won't be allowed to leave until that is over. He is currently trapped. It's a good thing he declined the offer to stay at Portia and Curtis' house, because even if he had, he never would have gotten into this situation with Jordan. Too late and too little. Is that the story's lesson? Is that how Portia and Curtis' almost union ended? Not if Zeke refrains from speaking out. Portia's joy at seeing her brother will quickly dissipate. According to General Hospital, Zeke Robinson, Gavin Houston, never imagined he'd end himself in the sleepy hamlet of Port Charles. But there he is, on a business trip, attempting to find his way through strange streets while eager to see his sister Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr. He wasn't prepared for his first night in town to be as dramatic as it was. Zeke was tempted to the opulent Metro Court bar rather than having supper with his sister to catch up. He first met Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, while they were both seated at the bar there. Despite the fact that she was a stranger, he was drawn to her for some reason. They engaged in lengthy conversations till the night had long since given way to the morning. Though Zeke may not have anticipated falling in love in Port Charles, it appears that fate had other ideas. Jordan may have had a broken heart when Zeke entered the picture, But she didn't let that stop her from engaging in little flirtation. Nothing significant. It was just intended to last one night. Jordan, though, will be left doubting whether this may possibly develop into anything more as the connection between them is predicted to grow. Zeke, though, is about to learn something that might cause him to rethink his interest in her. How will he handle his sister's praise for Jordan in general? Zeke assured Portia that he would always be in her corner. Portia was happy and astounded to see her brother in her neighborhood when she first saw him exiting the elevator. After a brief exchange between the siblings, she needed to do very little to persuade him to assist her in rescuing Trina Robinson, Tabiana Alley, from Spencer Cassadine's Nicholas Chavez grip. Portia felt a wave of relief as she recalled how it felt to have someone on her side, something she hasn't had in a while. And she only had herself to blame for that. Zeke pledged to stand behind Portia no matter what. Can he truly already break that promise? GH encouraged Jordan to come clean. Zeke tried to charm Jordan heavily when he discovered her at the pub, but she was having none of it. Jordan made an effort to hide her emotions, but Zeke spoke the perfect words to help her forget the hurt for the evening, and he listened. The wound from her broken marriage was still raw. Jordan dropped a tiny truth bomb when Zeke inquired what was wrong. She had kissed her ex-husband and experienced a sense of remorse tinged with love. Zeke, who is always charming, listened to her and gave her a fresh viewpoint on her predicament. Jordan quickly resumed smiling and having a good time with the evening. These two found themselves in bed together as a result of a series of events. But Zeke will be in a very awkward situation when he finds out that the ex-husband she kissed is actually his brother-in-law. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.